Solar superstorm is real. It has happened before. Becker points to the Carrington event in 1859. That was the last time a CME reached Earth. File: thermal image of an eruption or flare on the surface of the Sun. What happens to Earth when a solar storm hits? Large solar flares can lead to a radio blackout storm on Earth. The solar storm can endanger astronauts and Earth-orbiting spacecraft. The solar storm can hit Earth's magnetosphere and induce currents in electrical systems on Earth. During this time, power grids are vulnerable and can cause major blackouts. The solar storm of 2012 was a solar storm involving an unusually large and strong coronal mass ejection that occurred on July 23, 2012. It missed Earth with a margin of approximately 9 days. As the equator of the Sun rotates around its own axis with a period of about 25 days. On July 23, 2012, a massive cloud of solar material erupted off the Sun's right side, zooming out into space and passing one of NASA's twin stereo spacecraft along the way. Can a human survive a solar storm? Sometimes. The Sun can produce solar flares that can damage machinery and technology. But there's little evidence to suggest harmful solar flare effects on humans. Can we survive a solar storm? Direct hits on our world by CMEs can and do occur. And each event packs more than enough oomph to discernibly disrupt some modern electronics. Even so, such disruptions are usually subtle and have little to no impact on most people's daily lives. What will happen in 2025? NASA plans to launch the first two components of the Lunar Gateway, a key part of its efforts to return to the Moon and a stepping stone for crewed missions to Mars. In the 2030s, the first uncrewed flight of Oral, Russia's replacement for the crewed Soyuz spacecraft, is scheduled for 2025. What's going on with the Sun? 2023. In December 2022, the Sun reached an 8-year sunspot peak, and in January 2023, scientists observed more than twice as many sunspots as NASA had predicted. 143 observed versus 63 estimated, with the numbers staying nearly as high over the following months. Could solar storms destroy civilization? While solar storms cannot physically damage us, these things can not only cause high financial damage, but also loss of countless lives as a side effect of the entire system collapsing. How old is the Sun left? This reveals the star's core, which by this point in the star's life is running out of fuel, eventually turning off and before finally dying. Astronomers estimate that the Sun has about 7 billion to 8 billion years left before it sputters out and dies. One way or another, humanity may well be long gone by then. What if the Sun disappeared for 1 year with no sunlight? Photosynthesis would stop. But that would only kill some of the plants. There are some larger trees that can survive for decades without it. Within a few days, however, the temperatures would begin to drop, and any humans left on the planet's surface would die soon after. How old is the Sun? 2014. Our Sun is 4,500 million years old. That's a lot of zeros. That's 4.5 billion. What picture did NASA take on June 11, 2012? NASA modest image of the day, June 11, 2012, phytoplankton bloom in the Black Sea. An intense bloom of phytoplankton continued in the Black Sea in early June 2012, staining nearly every corner of the 436,400 square kilometers 168,500 square mi with a rich palette of teal, turquoise, green, and milky blue.